May come as a shock, but I have not.
Well, this certainly comes as a shock to me, Lieutenant.
This must come as a shock.
Mr. Sweet?
It come as a shock to his customers.
It might come as a shock to you.
It can come as a shock to some people.
It may come as a shock to you.
This may come as a shock to some of you.
I know this might come as a shock.
Now, I know this news comes as a shock.
This may come as a bit of a shock to you. But he doesn't want to be a starfighter.
And it's going to come as quite a shock.
I'm afraid it came as a great shock to him when he died, but he...
Dear Jeff, this may come as a shock.
So it came as a shock when I went to the most exciting place.
Come as a shock.
You can see it's a bit of a fixer-upper.
It may come as quite a shock.
Must have come as quite a shock.
Came as quite a shock to you the way he told you, didn't it? Men put things so badly.
Dr. Rachel Scott's murder came as a shock to us all.
Well, this is going to come as a bit of a shock to everyone.
No question about it. It came as quite a shock.
Yeah, it came as quite a shock to her, too, believe me.
Yeah, well, it came as quite a shock to me, too.
And it's going to come as a bit of a shock to you, but here goes.
The second time, it just came as a bit of a surprise.
The engagement came as a bit of a shock, huh?
Something that might come as a bit of a shock to you.
I know this comes as a bit of a shock after a bit of a shock, but...
It just came as a little bit of a shock to me, that's all.
It came as a shock to me, too. It came as a shock to me, too. It came as a shock to me, too. It came as a shock to me, too.
Some of the changes may come as a bit of a shock.
This is gonna come as a little bit of a shock.
Anyway, when we were eventually found, well, the hoopla game was a bit of a shock.
I'll field some questions now, anyone?
I will now field questions.
Anybody else feel the fucking question?
I'll field that question.
And field your questions.
Question.
I take your point, but I still think it's worth trying to sweeten the pill when it comes to questions of sexuality.
I take your point. Yeah.
I take your point.
Well, this is actually our first crack at guns, but I take your point.
Hey, do I get a chance to field any more questions?
Okay, get out of here, you barracudas. Any further questions will be fielded by me.
Ugh, I'll be with my family fielding the same old questions.
I've been fielding questions about her all day.
Officer Bob Brady and the mayor are fielding questions.
And you need help getting in without fielding 100 questions.